Okay, so we have for part one, we were assigned question 5, and it says, what kinds of information can be learned from ice cores, and how far into the past do they allow us to look? So ice cores are basically, you just drill into the ice in the polar caps, and um, you're able to find out different things about climate and patterns that happened over time. So they're really useful in depicting like what the environment was like many years ago. Um, and we can also use them as an indicator to like what could be coming in the future as far as climates go. But as far as how back we can see with them, I think it's about 800,000 years in the past. Um, so, yeah.
So you said 800,000?
Yeah, I think so.
I got 160,000.
Yeah, I
'Cause
I have 60,000 as well.
I was looking at some other information as well online, and there's a recent study that said that there's a place in Antarctica that say that you could store that there's a place that stored information that they could see about 1.5 million years back, and so that's twice as far as the oldest core that has been drilled to date. Because I was kind of interested in that, so I was looking up some other stuff. So I don't know how accurate that is. The book says something different, but
That's really cool. Yeah, what I was able to kind of get is that 160,000 years was kind of like the very farthest, and that was mostly because of packing. After a while, the years and the seasons that you're able to see just got so small that you couldn't trace anything through it. And I think it said at 40,000 years there was like a 2% kind of error. At I think it was 60 or 80,000 years it was like a 10%, and then 100,000 plus was 20+% error. But if they're getting 800,000, then
yeah, so I was,
outdated.
I was interested to see how far back was. So I think probably that 160 is the oldest that they've been able to drill, and I'm sure they speculate that like you could probably see about 800, but because of the packing, it'd be hard to actually really know for sure how far back it was.
Nice. Yeah, I thought it was really cool too that they were able to tell the different major events going on by just the soot or
Yeah,
dust
volcanic
layers
eruption.
from volcano, and exactly, and from different fires. So, and they could test the chemicals in the dust to kind of see, this is kind of how the atmosphere at this point was. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Great. So we'll move on to question 5 from part 2, unless you guys have anything else to add about part 1.
No,
No.
no, no, it's good.
All right. So the question says, what does parsimony mean, and how is it used to develop phylogenies? Sorry. And parsimony, to me, it kind of meant it's like the simplest route to get to your evolutionary tree. Like if you start with the common ancestor and you have maybe 10 modern species, you're going to pick the hypothesis that it took the least amount of changes to get to the modern species.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I learned it. But just basically going from the common ancestor. The way I pictured it was kind of like a word bank of different things, and you just kind of add up, all the different evolutionary changes, and the one with the least would, be the closest to the common ancestor, and the one after that and after that, just so that there's the fewest changes going, on your way down. So the one furthest from the common ancestor would have the most, you know, just like that. And so the way they described it was just counting the number of evolutionary changes and using the one that was the least to be the most direct.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything else for that.
All right. I don't have anything else either. So
That's all I got.
yeah.